This is Bill Jones, a friend and air officer who sat in the back of an E-1B in charge of the radar surveillance they conducted over the Gulf. Our duties were similar, and we tried to improve communication between the pilots and the air controllers in CIC. He took me up on a patrol flight once to get the feel of it. It's quite an experience to get shot off a catapult and land later on a bucking postage stamp. Bill gave me an audio tape recorded by one of our aircraft engaged in a search and rescue, or SAR, operation in the Tonkin Gulf. I thought it gave at least a flavor of that type of combat action. It captures a little of the tension and the confusion involved in a pilot rescue under fire. The tape is highly edited, not to clean up the language, but to condense its length. It took place just off the coast of North Vietnam, just north of the demilitarized zone that separates the north and south, just about 10 miles north of Dong Hoi. Pilots shot down did their best to make it over water before bailing out. This greatly increased their chances of being picked up by friendly Air Force or Navy units, rather than being captured by Viet Cong or North Vietnamese. The audio tape includes radio conversations between the aircraft pilots and various other planes and ships, and intercom conversations between the pilots, as well as comments by the rather excitable enlisted technicians in the back of the plane. Because they all use call signs and military jargon, some information on the cast of characters and unique expressions is useful in following the action. The aircraft shot down was an Air Force F-100 Super Sabre jet, call sign Misty 11. The Misty pilots were an elite group of forward air controllers who flew over the Ho Chi Minh Trail to locate men and materials moving south, mark them with smoke, and guide strike aircraft in, usually F-4s or F-105s. During the war, 7 Misty pilots were killed, 4 captured, and 34 shot down, landing either in the Gulf or North Vietnam. The photos you'll see here are not of the actual participants. They are stock photos of similar aircraft and scenes to supplement the audio tape. Misty 11 made it to the water. The pilots ejected safely and were in life rafts close to the beach. They used call signs of Misty 11 Alpha and Misty 11 Bravo. Beefsteak 15 is an S-2 from the Kearsarge, circling overhead as the tape opens and talking to Blockbuster, the guided missile cruiser Canberra. Machete is the leader of a flight of 4 F-4 Phantom fighter bombers who are also on the scene. Crown is an Air Force C-130 charged with coordinating search and rescue operations in the Gulf. SPADs are older propeller A-1 Skyraider attack and close support aircraft. Jolly Green Giants are Air Force combat search and rescue helicopters that did the bulk of the air crew rescues in the Gulf. They were a very welcome sight to downed pilots. Other call signs and terms you'll hear on the tape are stick, which is a smoke marker dropped by an S-2, neckwear, which is a Navy ship whose name I don't know, was coming to help. Trombone 30 is another S-2 from the Kearsarge. On guard means they're talking on the emergency radio frequency. Big Mother is a rescue helicopter from the Kearsarge. Wildcat is the call sign for the Kearsarge. Bandits is a warning broadcast that MiG fighters are airborne. Negative DF capability means the helicopter is unable to direction find or home in on a radio broadcast. And that shrill, repetitive noise you'll hear at the beginning is a beeper, the emergency radio transmitter used to locate downed pilots. The tape begins with Beefsteak 15 circling overhead.
Beefsteak 15, Blockbuster, go. Roger, we're on top of the flight downed aircraft, presently just off of Dong Hoi. Beefsteak, is that your smoke down there?
It's my smoke, and there's an there's a chunk or a small sampan going pretty fast through the water toward the north, about 300 yards north of the stick. You better take him out.
I got a tally on him. We're in. Here he comes in. Let me see if I can get a, right up there, CMF4. Shoot that bastard! I want to find a goddamn pilot. I don't give a shit about these boats. Made a run on him.
Machete, this is 1-1 Bravo. If you read, I'm in good condition. About, I don't know, about 2 months. Looks like.
We're here, John. There he is. Right over here at 11 o'clock. Found. Here's your 2 survivors. Roger, we have both survivors in sight. We're orbiting them now. We have sticks in the water around both survivors. Request you expedite. 1 Bravo, beefsteak 1-5.
Roger, 1-5. They're shooting quite a bit from the beach with machine guns, kicking up some water. Do you think somebody could put a line of strafe along that beach?
Where are they? Machete, beefsteak 1-5. We're sitting off the smoke. About making a couple runs on the beach. We're receiving some machine gun out here towards the survivors. Okay, we got some rockets to put on them. Okay, thank you. What? Machine guns? Are you kidding me? I ain't kidding you. Tell him, Roger. He's seen it. About 100 yards short of the survivors. Oh, there's a shot out here beyond us. Baby cakes? Is that right? Who the fuck was shooting at us, buddy? Hello, Network, ground 4, you on the street. Have yourself in. Yeah, I am. Everything's going tight. Network, beefsteak 1-5. Get your ass available. Our incident going on. There's 2 pilots in the water. About 10 miles north of Dong Hoi. There's 4. Okay, John, turn. So Fox 4s and beefsteak 1-5 on the scene. Machete, beefsteak 1-5. Roger, 1-5, go ahead. They've got fire all the way around these guys now. I wish you could see if you could suppress it somewhat. Right, we'll be going in. Okay. It's all the way around the survivor nearest to the beach. Stay 1-5, trombone 30. Roger, 30's 1-5. We're holding over both survivors now. How long will it be before we get a chopper in here? Machete, 1-5. Roger, 1-5. Machete's rolling in right now for a rocket pad. Okay, you might also take a look at those junks. They may be the ones that are directing this fire. We got a couple spads overhead now, too. Right over there. Look at those spads. Also put a little bit of fire on these junks. Spads, hit them. They appear to be coming out towards the survivors now. We'll hold over the survivors.
You think we're in the right place at the right time this time?
Yeah, beautiful. I recommend you open from the spads are making a run. We'll remain overhead. How about doing a little... Jesus Christ! I count about 6 aircraft now. Yeah. That beach is blowing this shit. Calling Mystery 2-1 on guards. Very good. Terry, can you see it? Look at it.
From the southernmost rocket inside the beach, the machine guns are about 50 meters or so south of that. From the southernmost, the little small.
What are you saying, Russ? You got the junk headed out to sea. Yeah, well, he's already shot at him.
Yeah, I know. I just shot at him.
Well, they're blowing the shit out of that beach.
I know. I think it's fucking beautiful, man. This is wild.
Down the beach. That looked like a good shot right there. See one of the guys in the water down there?
1-5, 1-1 Bravo, go.
Roger, recommend that you and your playmate down there open the beach as much as possible. You copy?
That's firm. I got a little cut on my right hand. There's pretty much blood coming out. I was worried about it attracting something in the water.
Okay, hang in there. The helos will be here shortly. 1530, go ahead. Roger, how soon is this helo going to be over here? We got a guy in the water that's bleeding pretty bad. Roger, I'll try to get in touch with Wildcat, get a big motor on the way. Okay, there's still some machine.
Still some machine gun coming?
Yeah.
And this west.
Wait a minute.
45, hitting 160, times 07, hotel. Chatty about it.
I'll call this bad here if I can. Here he goes. He's making another run. Oh, shit.
Taking it right in there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's cool. Left turn. Are you receiving any more fire from the beach?
Negative, let's stop. Recommend you save it for when the helicopters come in and probably get fired. I think they're just holding their fire.
Okay, Bravo, this 1-5, who is to the beach. You or Alpha?
Roger, I'm closest to the beach.
Okay, how about opening it if you can? Are you able to move out at all?
Roger, I can move. It's just a question of that my right hand is bleeding a little bit, and I just didn't want to get bit at this stage of the game.
Okay, you just hang in there, babe. We'll take care of you.
Hey, Bravo, we got speedos coming, babe.
Okay, John, roll out.
Misty 1-1, Misty 1-1, Jolly Green 07, do you read?
Yeah, I know, I saw it. I was just trying to figure out where it came from.
Alpha, Jolly Green, read you loud and clear.
Roger, sir. We have negative DF capability. Negative DF capability. Can you talk us in? Can you talk us in? Jolly Green 07.
Jolly Green is beefsteak 1-5 on top. Okay, just drive up north of Dong Hoi and you'll see us. We're all around the area.
We're in the beach now. We want a specific location so we can land and pick these guys up.
Okay, we got two healers. Go ahead and turn out this way. Let's see what we're doing.
Still got me, Jolly? Roger, have your sight.
Okay, stand by. I'm going to make a wind shift here right over him. Okay, here I go.
Rog.
And he's right under me now. We're going.
Right for me, Jolly Green. This is 1-1 Bravo.
Rog. We're each going to get one of you.
Jesus Christ, look at that fire. We're receiving a lot of machine gun fire from the beach right now. How about making a pass down the beach?
Oh, fucking healers are right in there, baby.
And the Jolly Greens provided another happy ending. I could not find an estimate of how many hundreds of rescues they made during the war, but Jolly Green air crews received 190 Silver Stars, 24 Air Force Crosses, and 1 Medal of Honor.